Okay, what if you could build a business where every single new customer literally pays for the next one? Well, today, we're going to break down a really powerful framework from Alex Hormozi that does exactly that. We're talking about a system for getting more customers who spend more often, basically creating a self-funding growth machine for your business. So let's just start with a really important question. What do you think is the #1 reason most new businesses fail? A lot of people guess it's, a bad idea or a weak product, maybe even a lack of passion. But the data tells a very different and honestly a much simpler story. Get this, a staggering 82% of businesses fail. Now that's a huge number, and it points to a problem that is way more common than most of us like to admit. And here's the kicker. It's not for a lack of hard work. The real killer, the one thing a business absolutely needs to survive above everything else, is cash flow. I mean, think about it. Without cash, you can't grow, you can't advertise, you can't even make payroll. It's literally the oxygen for your business. You run out, and it's game over. So, if cash flow is the problem, the solution isn't just to make more sales. The real solution is to build a better money model, a system that's designed from the ground up to generate cash efficiently and, most importantly, predictably. So, that brings us to this idea of a 100M model. What exactly is it? Well, it's a term for a very specific kind of business structure, and it's not really about what you sell, but everything to do with how you sell it. This quote right here gets to the absolute heart of the idea. You literally engineer a sequence of offers so that every new customer immediately pays for the cost of acquiring them, plus the cost of acquiring the next customer. See, when you do this, cash is no longer the thing holding you back from growing. You've basically created a self-funding customer acquisition machine. So how do you actually build one of these things? What are the moving parts? Well, the entire framework really rests on 4 core mechanisms, 4 specific types of offers that have to work together in a very specific order to create that cash flow we're talking about.
This sequence is the engine of the whole model. So it starts with a low-friction attraction offer just to get a customer in the door. Then immediately, like right away, you present an upsell to maximize the value of that first transaction. Now, if they say no to that, that's okay, because you're prepared with a downsell to capture revenue you'd otherwise lose. And then finally, you introduce continuity, which turns that one-time sale into predictable, recurring income.
I know this might all seem a little abstract, a little, theoretical, so let's make it super concrete. We're going to look at a case study of how changing just one single thing, the money model, completely transformed a standard everyday gym business. Okay, so on one hand, you've got the typical gym. You know the one. It offers a free trial. This model almost always loses money up front, just hoping to make it back later on. But on the other hand, you have Hormozi's model, which he called win your money back. This thing generates cash flow from day one. And here's the absolute genius of it. Customers pay the full price for a challenge right up front. That means they are financially and, just as important, psychologically committed from the very beginning. Now, if they hit their fitness goal, they get that money back, but as store credit. This is brilliant because it gets them incredible results and it locks them into the gym's ecosystem. Then, right after they win, they're presented with a special offer to continue their journey. The result? Way more cash, way faster. And this is probably the most important takeaway of this entire explainer. Notice what didn't change. The actual service, the equipment, the trainers. They didn't invent some new revolutionary workout. The only thing that changed was the money model. And that single change unlocked such dramatic results that the business scaled to 6 locations in just 3 years. Incredible. And look, while the gym example is really powerful, don't get stuck thinking this is just for fitness businesses. The framework is designed to be universal. The underlying logic applies whether you're selling software, coaching services, or even physical products like coffee or t-shirts. And it's versatile enough to work across every single primary sales environment you can think of. From a fully automated online checkout all the way to a high-touch sale with a person and everything in between. The core principle holds true. As long as you are selling something, you can engineer a better model to scale. So here it is, the final, crucial takeaway for you to really think about. If your business feels stuck or it's just not growing as fast as you'd like, your first instinct might be to blame the product. But what this framework suggests is you should look somewhere else first. You may not need to change what you sell at all. You might just need to change how you sell it.
So we'll leave you with a final thought to chew on. The next time you're out buying a coffee or you're signing up for a new service, just look at it through this new lens. Ask yourself, what's their money model?
How could they maybe structure their offers differently? What if your favorite local spot implemented a system just like this? How could that change absolutely everything for them?